probation officer said to me, if you complete this in 1 year, you are eligible for early release, and I will make sure you get released after 1 year. I completed it while still randomly drug and alcohol testing and numerous assessments by these counselors, all favorable. And what happens after a year? They said, well, we changed our policy. Now it's got to be 18 months. So they kept me on this. I knew they were never going to let me go early. So I continued to be tested. And here's the funny part. I live literally 5 minutes from the Eastern District of Michigan Court in Port Huron where my case was at. And when I have to test, it was supposed to be 3 times a month. It was on the average of 2 to 3 times a week. And it was downtown I would have to go to a different court. And it just didn't make any sense other than complete harassment. Now I know it doesn't sound a lot, that you just gotta go take a drug test, but when you do this, it's an all-day affair. And on top of that, they would call me randomly, say I missed an appointment when I didn't, tell me the federal marshals were coming here, so I'd get in my car, drive downtown, then they tell me, oh, must have been some clerical error, you don't need to be here. This went on for 2.5 years. Still no violations. I did it 3 solid years now. And the forms of harassment, since everything is done in secrecy, are sometimes with local law enforcement. They would call a local sheriff's department. They flag your car, they look at your plate, the police pull you over. They don't even look at your license yet, and they ask you, why are you on federal probation? Usually I just give them a card and say, here, you can check it out. I have a book out on Amazon. And I mean, I've been pulled over almost 30 times in the last 3 years with only 2 tickets. And I realize I'm a horrible driver, but come on, man, that's a little excessive. And this is just to give you a broad overview of what happens when you're under federal auspices. They'll attack your money, they try to break you down on every level. And they didn't try to take my money, they did. So I accounted for, I don't know, $985,000, which is, I might as well have snorted it up, So now that I'm off of this, now I have survived every threat of further prosecution, further indictment, political reprisals, whatever the fuck that word means. And I've survived it all. It's been over 5.5 years and I'm released and I'm out, and I can't wait to educate other people, because understand this, and it's immaterial whether you agree with Donald Trump's politics or not, if they can go after the president on these chicken shit charges, imagine what they can do to you, okay? Because they did it to me. I mean, what did this president do? I don't know, what, he talked to Kid Rock? Kid Rock's a threat to national security? What, an insecure mosh pit? I mean, really, how far are you going to take this shit? And it's just that simple. It's what Alan Dershowitz says. The FBI's got to be disbanded or reorganized or just eliminated. It's becoming a 4th branch of government with no checks and balances. And I think I'm putting that mildly.